Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. Hi, everyone. So happy to have you. Thanks for joining us. And you know the drill. Please like our videos, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. And if you don't want to miss any of our chats, I'm going to get that bell out. Hit that bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling. You can see it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Once you hit that bell notification, what does it mean? It means anytime we upload our videos, you'll be first and be notified. Okay, let's get going with our teas. What are we drinking today? Today, I'm drinking a tea that I've had before. It is a loose leaf tea, and it's called Hip Hop. Oh, it's the wrong way. Hip Hop. I did it wrong. Hip Hop Honey Licorice. As usual, my licorice. And I got it from a store in downtown Campbell called Steepers. Can you see it? And it's loose leaf tea. Anyway, it's honey and licorice. What does it say? Fruity finish with licorice highlights and honey overtones from apple, rosehip, and currant pieces, fennel, hibiscus, and cornflower petals. Whatever that is, I have no idea. But I have
Never
it
heard
seeping.
of
No, nor have I. And I have it seeping in my little steeper here. I'm going to show you that. Get it all ready, been steeping.
Yes, look
Put
at
it
that.
over my cup and you'll see it. There it goes.
I love that. I have got to get me one of those.
Amazon, dear. Amazon.
So
all
cool.
Right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay. And what are you drinking, Gloria? I'd love to hear.
Yes, I am drinking Tezo's Wild. Let me get it so you can see it. Ta-da! Wild Sweet Orange.
Oh, yummy.
I was just feeling, it's kind of nippy, cold, so I wanted something warming. The ingredients are lemongrass, blackberry leaves, citrus acid, rosehip, spearmint leaves, turmeric for color, let's see, riboflavin for color, orange peel, hibiscus flowers, natural orange essence, ginger root, my girl's licorice root, and licorice extract for flavor. I had
we have a lot of ingredients in common, the licorice and the hibiscus.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers again.
I love it. So as you all know, we like to kick our videos off talking about and reminding us of Ellen. Ellen always tells us to be kind to one another. And during the COVID sheltering in home, she told everyone to listen to each other, to be kind and to listen. So please always try and embellish those into your daily lives. I promise you, you won't regret it. So we hope you all had a good Easter. I had a quiet Easter, Rosetta. I spent a little time with my mom, who was very, very sad because we didn't do the traditional. And other than that, it was just very, very quiet. No candy. I know it was Easter. It just didn't feel like Easter.
Oh, yeah. And you did jump onto your Zoom in the morning, right, for church?
Absolutely. And that was beautiful. And everyone brought bunny rabbits and lilies, and you had to show them during the church service. So that was really beautiful.
Oh, nice. What did you show?
I have a tiny little bunny rabbit, and I showed my bunny rabbit.
Oh, how cute. How cute. That's really cute.
Yeah.
Well,
my family's in the backyard, so I wasn't going to bring it in the house and all of that.
Oh, yeah. I guess if you had like a potted plant that you could show, or lilies in a vase, you can show that. That's cute.
Exactly.
That's very cute. And then the other Easter flower that I know is hyacinth. Hyacinth is very spring and Easterish.
Right.
Yeah, so, I didn't do, we don't really celebrate Easter. when my son was younger, we used to do obviously the Easter egg, hiding the Easter eggs and stuff, but we don't do that anymore. I actually worked. I worked at Whole Foods for 8 hours that day, and it was packed. I'm telling you, it was so many people during the day, people coming and buying cakes, whole cakes, asking us to write Happy Easter. Well, there was a lot of birthdays, surprisingly, Easter birthdays, happy birthday. So
Birthday, everyone.
yeah, so that was cool, and it was just really crowded in Whole Foods. But we hope that everyone was staying safe, doing that social distancing and wearing your mask during the whole Easter festivities.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
You
now,
get that?
Rosetta, you said, yes, exactly. I did. That was very cute. So you wanted to share a little information about Tiger. How is Tiger Woods doing?
Oh yeah, Tiger Woods. Remember everyone? Tiger had that mishap and he was in the hospital, got very seriously injured. Everyone was asking, so what was it? Was he under the influence, or what was it? Was he driving too fast, or did someone speed into him? Finds
Right.
out that it was actually the speed that got him into that accident. He was going around I don't know what they call, what are those curves or bends?
Right. A
Yeah,
curve.
usually, yes, a curve, and they usually say slow down like 50 miles
Right.
per hour, right? Guess how many miles per
Right.
hour he was going around that bend? 84 to 87 miles an hour he was going. Oh my goodness. Even when I go
Wow.
25 or 30, that's really too fast for me. I can't get control when you're going around that bend.
Right.
So I can only imagine.
Yeah, an interesting point along those lines. Most new cars come with features that won't let you do that. My sister has a 2021 Prius, and if she is going too fast, it applies its brakes. You know, I have a friend that has a Tesla, and it applies the brakes. So I wonder if that was a feature of the car and he didn't realize he could have turned that on, because you're out, you know, from what it looks like, it doesn't look like there's a lot of cars or people. So he was probably just cruising, and unfortunately, it sounds like it got away from him.
Well, it was early in the morning, as what I recall, but I don't know, because knowing Tiger Woods, he probably has the most up-to-date car, and it probably does have that feature in it. He just needs to turn it on, right? So for next time.
Yes, from now on.
Yeah.
Yes, turn it on. You know, we had a conversation a little while ago about the show The Talk, and I know they're supposed to be coming back on Monday. However, have you heard anything about who's coming back? Is everybody coming back? Did they kiss
I've
and make
not
up?
heard about who all is coming back, but I do know that Sharon Osborne is no longer going to be coming back. And Sheryl Underwood, she's still very, very she's what is the word? I can't even think of the word. She still feels warmly towards Sharon Osborne, because they've
Right.
been friends since day one, since she joined the talk, right? And people have been saying that you're a sucker, Sheryl, for defending her. But I think that, you know, Sheryl, she feels that, you know, they've been friends for such a long time. It's just a disappointment that this disagreement had to happen. And I found out that, I didn't know this, but Sheryl has a podcast, and it's called The World According to Sheryl. And she has a 3-part series on there called Sharon Walks Away. So if all of you watching out there like to listen to podcasts and is interested, through her own words, because this is Sheryl's own podcast, she will be talking about this. It's called Sharon Walks Away. Check it out. And again, Sheryl Underwood's podcast is called The World According to Sheryl. I'm going to look that up, because I do have podcasts. I'm going to look it up. Be very interesting to hear from her own words exactly what she says.
Yeah. I mean, because I understand, you know, when someone gets into the heat of the moment, I think Sheryl is pretty amazing, because at a certain point I would have said, you know, I would have lost it, and I would have said, you know what, girlfriend, especially after I told her, in our friendship, this has not been my experience, and then you double down. I don't know if I would have had the patience to say, sit quietly and just let her hang herself, hang in there, because I would have tried to get her to come out of her. It was almost as if she started, wham, and she wasn't even listening to what she was saying. It's like, Sheryl, if I was Sheryl, I would say, Sharon, you need to take a breath. You need to take a breath. And she kept trying to talk very softly. So I agree. I think I'm going to check out that podcast too. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah, we'll both check out her podcast and we'll give you an update. And if you had podcasts, check it out yourself. We'd love for you to give your feedback. We'll definitely do that.
Absolutely. I don't know about you, Rosetta, but I've tried to watch more of the Derek Chauvin trial for the murder of George Floyd. I cannot understand what I see, what he did, and how we're even still having conversations. My husband keeps saying, Derek's lawyers are going to plead him out, because the deeper we get into this, there's more information, there are more cameras, there are more views. Police officers are coming out and they're saying, this is not normal protocol. This is not how we are trained. This is not what we would do. There was an incident where they showed how they are trained, and they put their knee on their shoulder. And that's a lot different, shoulder to neck.
Yeah.
So I try to watch it so that I can be informed. However, it just hurts my heart to watch it. It's so sad.
I have not watched the streaming, because I know you can watch the streaming live version of it. It's just too long. What I do is at the end of the day, I cast YouTube onto my TV and I watch the highlights. So the main people that are being interviewed, like the first week, they interviewed like the EMT that were on site. I think they interviewed George Floyd's girlfriend the first week.
Right.
They interviewed the young kid that was in the convenience store that took that fake $20 bill. They interviewed some other people, the highest ranked officer. So I like to watch those. So for me, watching the streaming is kind of useless, because you're watching all this stuff that you don't really need to be watching, right? It's streaming everything. So there's stuff that I don't really care about. So I just want to watch the main, but watching those interviews, those witnesses being questioned, really helps us understand exactly what the witnesses or first account of even the highest ranking police officer was thinking. And he talks about how they were trained. So we get a bit better understanding of what cops go through in training. And you're right. Never are they ever in any situation trained to put their knee on the back of someone's neck. Never, ever, ever. So that was interesting, but I'm still going to keep watching it. I just don't want to watch the streaming of it.
Yes. And we'll keep you updated. And if there are points that you see that's very interesting, or you'd like to have a conversation with us, please comment down below and we'll check it out.
Yes, we will.
So we want to give props to the Stanford Women Basketball League, because our girls brought home the win. They won March Madness.
Wow. Good job. Hooray, hooray, hooray.
So proud of them. I do not understand this whole situation with how March Madness for the boys is so much more televised, talked about, etc., than the girls. My husband was saying to me that the Stanford girls team has placed every year. They're always in the high top 6, top 4, top 2, always. And I have to admit, I didn't know that they played at the same time. I knew they played in March. I just didn't know it was all concurrent. So I will also make a conscious effort next season to watch more of the girl games and to give them love and support, because our home girls won. I'm so excited.
I know, that's amazing. Yeah, now we know better. Yeah, next season.
Yes, we will definitely talk about it. So we're going to give you a little update on Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I did not know this, but I found out that they have a production company called Archie Productions after their son,
Baby,
Archie.
after the baby.
After their firstborn baby, I'm so excited. And they're going to have their first ever Netflix series as a project. And that's going to be called Heart of Invictus. And it actually is a docuseries, short stories of wounded veterans who are training to enter the Invictus Games. Now, if you don't know what the Invictus Games are, it's for serving present people that are serving and past that have been injured, and they're just training to participate in the Invictus Games, which is sports games. So this is I think this is so great for them to hone in on, because we forget that these veterans are people and they've served our country and they still are serving, and they're, trying to make a difference. So I'm excited to watch it. It's a docuseries, and I don't know when it's going to be aired, but we'll keep you afloat as to when it's going to be aired. But it's going to be on Netflix, and it's their first ever project. So I'm excited.
Yes, I am too. And I'm just, I am so grateful for them standing in their truth and being their authentic selves. And my hope and prayer is that on the backside with the family, that with the Queen, everything's going to be okay. And the relationship that Prince Harry has, Prince William, everything's going to be okay. That's my prayer.
And that's my prayer as well. And I think it will be, because I think that Prince Harry and Meghan still have a very good relationship with the Queen.
Yes.
From what I gather from that interview they did with Oprah, that's my conclusion. They still have it, but it may be a bit distance with the dad, Prince Charles, and we'll have to see how the relationship goes with him and his brother. But I feel sad because they've grown up, because I'm from England and I know their relationship. They've grown up being so close to each other, and when their mother died, Lady Di, they just like relied on each other. I mean, they were so close, and I just really, really hope they get back to that closeness again.
Yes, you and me both. Our girl Chrissy Teigen has pink hair. At least that's what I'm here. Oh my goodness.
Yes, have you all seen it? She posted on Instagram, so they say, and I went to Instagram to check, but I couldn't find the video of her pink hair on Instagram. So I did a Google search on the web and found her hair, and it's actually quite nice. And pink is my favorite color, even though you would never know it because I don't wear that much pink, but pink is my favorite color, as you can tell.
You should play with it a little bit, maybe see pink. I think you should play with your hair a little bit and maybe do the ends and then work your way up. The braver you get.
I'm not a big fan of just doing the ends. If I'm going to do it, I'll do the whole head. I just want to, if I was going to do it, I'll have to do some kind of investigation on how harsh it is on the hair and what I have to do to get that, because my hair is black. And a lot of times when you dye it that kind of color, you have to bleach it, and that kind of kills your hair. So I'll have to look into it and see. But I have highlighted my hair before, put brown highlights in my hair. And my hairdresser keeps saying, oh, you need to highlight your hair. I went back to get my hair cut last Monday, and she goes, wow, I haven't seen you in so long. Haven't had a haircut since pre-COVID. She goes, you're getting some white hairs there.
And you're like, that's okay. We're not going to talk about that.
I said, yeah, what I can't see is fine. As long as it's not here. Back there, exactly. I don't mind.
That's right. Well, you know how you and I said post-COVID, we're going to a wig shop. We could get a pink wig for you. You could kick it and see what it's like. Because I'm thinking I might even a purple, because I love purple, and get me some purple hair.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, so Yes. So when will that be? Will that be very soon? I can't wait. It has to be. I'm so excited.
I know, now that I've reminded you, and we can get you some pink hair. Now that we've seen how good Chrissy looks, let's go check it out.
Let's go check it out before I dye my hair. Let's get the wig and
Yeah.
try it on and see what I look like. I can't. Look, I'm so excited. We're going to go to Wigging Out.
That's right. We're on our way. We're on our way, Wigging Out. So I hope all of you have been watching American Idol. It was on Sunday and Monday. And oh my God, these young people, it's just amazing, the talent. And Monday, they concluded to come out with the top 24. And I was just, I base the performance on my goosies. If I get goosies on my arms, oh my God. So there's a young man, his name is Willie Spence. He gives me goosies. And there's a young lady, her name is Gracie Kitzler. She gives me goosies. I think that they're the two to watch for me. I also like Deshaun Concalves, Jason Warrior, and Madison Watkins. Madison did James Brown, song, and she put her own spin on it. I love it. And I love the judges and some of the performers, like Luke got up and started dancing and wiggling on Katie. So I mean, even though it's, they're staying apart, having them in the audience and having their family there with them, I think the show is doing better than I thought it would during, sheltering in place.
I like it. I prefer it over to last season where they had it all virtual from their homes. I like it in the studio, wherever they're filming from. That feels a bit more, you get that vibe, more of a vibe. Yeah. So those are great ones that you're going to watch out for. And the ones I'm going to watch out for are very similar. Of course, Willie Spence is number one for me. So it's number one for Glory. We love that. I like, well, there's something before I go on. So the top 24 ended with two guys they were going to choose out of Cecil Ray and Drake McCain. Drake McCain was his second year coming to this, and he got knocked out at this time before he got chosen for the final 24. Now, this time around, I thought that his showstopper performance was pretty good, but he did not get through again for the second time round. Cecil Ray got through, and I was very, very disappointed because Cecil Ray, in my opinion, he needs more time. He has potential, but what I thought they should have done was said, this is not the time for you. Come back in a couple years, next year or a couple years, and put Drake McCain in there. But they made a mistake and they chose Cecil. He did his whatever he did was, what is it? The first one they had with the top 24, they sung by themselves and then they sung a duet with someone.
Right.
I was not feeling him. He didn't have the stage presence. He was too introverted. He wasn't like, what I want to say? He wasn't it didn't feel like he was enjoying himself. That's what I want to say. So we'll have to see what happens, but they made a big mistake. The other people that I'm going to watch out for is Grace Kitzler, just the one like Gloria. I like Hunter Metz. He's the country singer. He did an amazing showstopper. I really, really liked him. And her name is Leona or Leon. I don't even know. Is that how you pronounce it? She is the one who did the showstopper, and she sung Meghan Trainor's song. And during the whole Hollywood week, she wasn't doing that great because she looked like she wasn't really wanting to be there because she came with her brother, and her brother got kicked out and she felt defeated and she really seemed like she was not having a good time. But they lit a fire up her butt because they let her through and they said, you better do better because you don't look like you want to be here. I was amazed at her showstopper song. I forget the name of the song that Meghan Trainor sung, but that song is not an easy song to sing. I'm telling you, that is a difficult song to sing, and she did an amazing job. So for all you people that like American Idol or missed it, go back and watch it because I'm sure it's on YouTube. Leona Orlean. She's the girl with the long hair, very young.
Yeah.
I think those are the top that I'm going to be looking out for, but those are the ones that I like out of American Idol.
Yeah.
And I love the duets. I loved the duets.
Yes, yes. You know, I kind of felt bad for, I think her name is Hannah Everhart. She's a country singer and she's the one with the barbecue. And her first song, she was so pitchy. Katie was writing and all of a sudden Katie looked up like, how did you get this far singing this bad? And then she did better with the duet. And she gave him some barbecue. So I thought she goes, I'm a girl from Mississippi. I love her, the twang in her voice. And I mean, I know it's going to take time for them to settle down and get into their groove. However, I agree with you. I think that this season is much better than last season. Much better.
Yeah, they have some really good singers, and I love to see some of the professionals that came on, like Brian McKnight. Oh my God, Brian McKnight, amazing, amazing.
Yes, yes.
And Catherine McPhee. Remember Catherine McPhee?
Oh yes. Well, you know what's interesting? She was just on another show, and then she left that show and came over. I mean, when she and Willie sang, oh, I had goosies. I thought, oh my God. I mean, their voices, the pitch, and he dedicated it to his uncle who passed from COVID. She dedicated it to her dad who passed, you know, and she only had a baby 4 weeks ago.
She had a baby 4 weeks ago. I'm like,
yeah.
What? She had a baby 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, she sounded amazing. I'm like, oh, you go, girl. You go.
Yeah. Go. Yeah, she had a baby girl. Is it a baby girl?
I think it's a baby girl.
With David Foster.
Yes. I mean, you know what? He's 71. So I hope he's long life so he can watch his baby grow up.
Yes.
Yes. I know
so we'll keep you all up to date as to our favorites that we like. And comment below who your favorites are.
Yes, let us know who you like. Okay, so you know, there's a guy, his name is Puffy. It goes from Puffy to P. Diddy, however.
To Diddy Combs.
That's right. You know, he used to date J-Lo. He took J-Lo with him to an award service, and she wore that beautiful Versace green dress that went around the world. That's the dress that broke the internet.
Cut in the middle so you can see everything.
All the way down. I mean, you don't have to guess, all the way down. And it was very sheer. So I'm told the people that were there, the body was amazing. So you go, Miss J-Lo. Anyway, Puffy decided because of COVID and protocols, he couldn't be with his son who celebrated his 23rd birthday. So he had a hologram of himself done in which he sang happy birthday to his son, and then he sent it to him. His son was like, it's just like having you here, Dad. And I thought that is really cool. Well, you know, there's all kinds of haters and people were coming after him because he spent $60,000. Well, Puffy is approaching $900 million in value. So if he wants to spend $60,000 on his kid, leave him alone. I thought it was wonderful. I mean, I would prefer to call and sing to my kid myself. However, if that's what you want to do, have fun.
Why not? Why not? If you can afford it, why not? There are always I always say there's always haters for even the best intentions. So you can't win either way. Do what's right for you and what's right for your son. And the son was very happy and overjoyed. So that's all that matters, right? Family.
Exactly. So I don't know if you knew or you were aware, on Sunday night, the SAG Awards were on. I guess they had pre-recorded them and they took a show. Those shows are normally 2 to 3 hours. They took it down to 1 hour. It had, unfortunately, I tried to find it. I was surfing, I couldn't find it. So the viewing participation was under 1 million. In 2020, at the beginning of the pandemic, they had a little over 2 million. So it has definitely gone down. The part for me is this year marked the first time that the SAG Award history All 4 acting categories were won by actors of color. And that is just like a first time. So Ma Rainey, Black Bottom, Viola Davis was lead actress, she won. Chadwick Boseman, lead actor, he won. Daniel Kaluuya from Judas and the Black Messiah won. Young Yoo Jung from Minari also won. So on the TV side, The Crown won, Schitt's Creek won. So lots of very positive things. I just want to get to the point in life, hopefully before I make my transition, that we just go for the best. We don't care the color. We just go for the best. I think sometimes in an effort to be fair, we are so busy trying to be fair that we let greatness pass right by us. So congratulations to the winners. And anyone that received a nomination, that is just amazing, amazing, amazing.
Well, thanks for highlighting that, because I had no clue myself of the SAG Awards. Is it SAG Awards or it's a SAG Awards,
SAG.
right? SAG Awards, the Screen Guilders, Guild Award or something. Association, Screen Guild Association Awards. That's what it's called. Yeah.
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 And
usually they usually have something. I don't remember them even advertising it. Maybe I missed it completely.
Well, normally they do a lot of advertising and we know up front, everywhere, like on all the morning shows, they'll say the 2021 Screen Actors Guild Awards is going to be on this date. They usually do it like a month out. And for some reason, they just didn't do it as frequently.
Well, all these award shows are having less and less viewer watching these shows, because the last one was the Golden Globes, right?
Right.
And that was very, very badly attended. Not many viewers.
Now, the next one coming up is the Oscar. I think that's I think that's April 25th. So that's around the corner. And the thing is, the Golden Globe, the SAG are lead into the Oscar.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you abreast. We'll make sure we tell you if we find out the actual dates and times, and if we can find the channels for the local area that we live in, and maybe we can get some of the attendance up. The clothing at the SAG Awards was amazing. The number one outfit was Kerry Washington wore this beautiful beaded dress and headgear, and she jumped in her pool and she just floated and swam backwards.
In that dress?
In the dress and the headgear.
She went into the pool with the dress and the headgear.
Went into the pool, and then she turned around and sort of like,
wow.
It's gorgeous.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Okay, I'm going to have to do a search for that then.
Yes, we'll put a link for you down below so you can also check it out. It was amazing. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family of DMX. He had a heart attack on Friday night, and he's in the hospital on life support. He has had a really, really rough life. He is a very talented musician. However, he can't seem to stop harming himself. Wendy Williams reached out and tried to do some work. Iyanla Vanzant tried to do some work and to reconnect him with his children. And, he gets mad. He can't stop using, substances to allow him to be okay. And it's just very sad because he is very talented. If you like that type of music, you would love some of the songs that he's done. He's also done movies with Jet Li. He has people around him that love him. So our thoughts and prayers are out with them, because typically right now, if you get sick and you go to the hospital, family can't go with you. So I know they're very upset because they can't see him.
Yeah, that's sad. Our thoughts and prayers go out to you.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of us were shocked when Nicki Minaj announced that she was done. She was retiring. She was quitting because she wanted a family. Well, Nicki Minaj has a son. He's a beautiful, beautiful little baby boy. I mean, I don't know when she had him because he was sitting up the way they had him positioned. His eyes are open. He's laughing. So he's not a newborn. So congratulations, Nicki. I mean, it was what you wanted to take a pause from music to do. So well done.
Yeah, congratulations. I think I remember it was a while ago, but not too long ago, but that was great. Yeah.
Yes,
Congratulations.
yes. So Rosetta, you had said that you were checking out something about Kanye West, a
Oh
document.
yeah. Yeah, Kanye West is coming out with on Netflix a docu-series, and it's going to be what is it? It's going to be a few what a docu-series is like not just one, it's not just a whole documentary 2 hour long. It's going to
Right.
be a series of them, and it's going to be documenting his 20 years as a rapper. So that's going to be happening, and it actually is headed by Clarence, who is called Cody, and Simmons and Chicky Oza. They're the ones that filmed 2 of his music videos. They're heading that up. So check it out, multi-part series. I don't remember what the name of it's going to be called, but you could probably do a search for it on Netflix. And I don't know when it's coming out, but it should be interesting because even though I don't listen to a lot of his music, I would love to understand him a bit more as a person and how his 20 years as a rapper has led him to today. So I'd like to see what happens, and I'd like to watch that. And once I get more information as to when it is, when it's going to be airing, then I will let everyone know.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes, it's always interesting to, you know, realize. I think what did they call it? They say that he has a particular condition, and I can't believe.
Bipolar disorder.
Thank you. And his bipolar is what causes him to go off the rails. So this morning they announced the billionaire, the top 5 or 6 billionaires, and it's Jeff Bezos with Amazon is still in number 1. Zuckerberg is still number 5. There's a Frenchman that's in the middle now, which is different. So Bezos is first, Elon is second, the Frenchman is third. I can't remember who's number 4. Zuckerberg is 5. And they said Kim Kardashian and Tyler Perry are new to the billionaire. So they're not like the top 5 who have over $100 billion. They're just new to the club. And then they also said that because it's not just Kim by herself, it's a combination of Kim and Kanye together. And as we know, they're getting a divorce. I saw and heard on some of the morning shows, the reason that, Kim filed for divorce was Kanye was, having a bipolar incident, and he, kind of attacked her, and it was like the last straw. I can't imagine what that's like because, you love the person and you want to help them. However, when the bipolar is doing whatever it does, they don't trust, they don't believe what they're seeing. They feel like everybody's out to get them. So that has to be a horrible, horrible situation. So good luck with both of you. We know you have enough money to do anything either of you want to do in your lives. And hopefully you're going to have a nice, quiet divorce. You get your money, I got my money. Figure out how to take care of those beautiful, beautiful children that you have created together.
Oh yeah, they have 4 kids. North is 7, Saint
Yes.
is 5, Chicago is 3, and Psalm is 1. So they range. I can't believe they have 4 kids under the age of 10. It's crazy.
Well, that lets you know they have got a lot of money for nannies because there is no way a standard mom can have that many babies and be okay. I mean, you're just gonna, I was watching a show and they were talking to a new mom and they said to her, if you can walk out of the house with clean clothes, now granted, once you put the baby in the car, the baby could throw up on you. If you can just get out the house in clean clothes, you are knocking it out the park. So can you imagine trying to put 4 kids together in strollers?
Well,
I
well, they don't do that. They have nannies for they probably have one nanny per child. If I'm, if I can imagine it, that's probably what they're having, right?
oh
Because
yeah,
she definitely can't do what she does with 4 kids. That's not possible.
and trying to go to school, get a law degree, and you know,
Oh
trying to.
yeah. So I was watching Keeping Up with Kardashians, and she took her mini, even though it's not the real bar, it's a mini bar.
Right.
That is intense. Now we were
Yeah.
all criticizing her because she wasn't going to go to law school, but what she's doing is pretty intense. And I give big props to her because no matter what you do, you still have to take the bar. And hers was a mini bar, but it seemed very, very intense. So good for
Exactly.
you, Kim.
Yes, good girl. Now, I grew up during the age when comedy, well, every Saturday morning was cartoons.
Yes.
So you would get up, you would watch the cartoons, they would be funny. Now I look at it, okay, yeah, it might be a little, if they were a little violent. I used to like Coyote and the Roadrunner. I used to always, I felt so sorry for that coyote, but I love the Roadrunner. And he just go beep, beep, you know, it was cute. I love Tom and Jerry, you know, the cat and the mouse. They are looking at now, because of all the unrest in the world, of removing certain, you know, cartoons, books. I don't think that they should just wipe out all of our history like that. I was watching Whoopi Goldberg on The View, and she was like, this is ridiculous. They're going too far. And, you know, the more I think about it, we have so much history. Let's not just, you know, oh, that's bad and throw it away. Can't we learn from the history? And can't we, you know, like when they do movies now and they can say, you know, at the making of this movie, this was more appropriate. So it has now been classified as, you know, R-rated or PG-17 or whatever. Don't stop showing it, because it to me, history shows how we have improved.
I know. I'll be so sad. I grew up with Tom and Jerry and the Tasmanian Devil. And what else was there? Popeye,
Yeah,
remember Popeye and
yes,
Roger Rabbit? I grew up with all those.
yeah.
That was
Natasha,
what kids was
the
just.
tall, sexy woman, Natasha, and she had her husband was the little guy. They were
The
blowing
tall
up
sex.
people.
I don't
Yeah,
remember. Was that the one with the long hair?
yes, yes. And you know,
Yeah,
they were like spies or something. I mean, so much good history.
I know. And they don't show that anymore. They really don't show. Even Tom and Jerry is not shown anymore. And that's what I used to watch. Oh, it's so sad. I mean, we remember back in the days we used to watch these. There was so much innocence. I mean, we never associated it with anything. It was
Right.
just a bit of fun. Tom
Yeah.
was chasing Jerry, and that was it, right?
Right. And like you always say, Rosetta, it starts from the top. So even if we watch something like that and, you know, say we would take something and hit someone, we would immediately be told, no, that's a cartoon. That's on television. You don't treat your brother, your sister, your cousin. You don't treat family like that. And
I
I
didn't have
wonder,
any issues with that when I was younger. I never replicated any of those things. I
yes,
think people make a big deal because when you make a big deal out of it, that's when kids start to replicate things. If it was like back in the days when nobody ever had any like idea or any inkling that this would affect the kids and just
yeah,
kept it like it's just a cartoon, this is what happens as on TV, it's not real life, that
right,
no, nothing would happen. Kids wouldn't be like that. We didn't have as much crime back in the days. Remember when all these
right.
cartoons growing up, no crime, nothing.
No, I mean, because we understood that was entertainment. That was for fun. I
Right.
mean, Okay, I'm gonna share one of my bad mom things. One of the things that was the greatest for me is when my baby could make his own cereal. So he would get up, he would take a piece of paper and put on the floor. He would get his, I would leave a bowl and spoon out. He'd get his little cereal and then he put his milk on it. And then he would lay there and he would watch a couple of cartoons before he woke me up. So I didn't have to get up at 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning. So it was never violent. It was just such a sweet, sweet time. And I hope some way we can make sure that our children have that joy, because that was just beautiful.
Yeah, you said it. We want the kids to have that joy, and adults turning it into an unjoyful thing is what's ruining it.
I know. So sad.
Yeah.
So the I guess you could say the exhale that was heard around the world was when Netflix announced that Bridgerton star Regé-Jean Page will not be back for season 2. Now, I haven't seen any of them yet, so I can't really comment a lot about it. Rosetta, you were saying it's because that's the way it is in the books.
Well, I didn't know this because Bridgerton was new to everyone over COVID. And I watched it and I'm like, wow, this is new. But I found out because my husband told me that it's a book, a series of books. Now, the first book talks about the Duke marrying Daphne Bridgerton. She's the oldest daughter of the Bridgerton family. So that's why they really honed in on the couple and the families, right?
Right.
The different families and the siblings and everything. But the second book really hones in on Daphne Bridgerton's brother. So that's probably why they're not going to have him back. But I'd be very sad if they don't have him back at all, meaning he doesn't show an appearance in anything, because Daphne is still the sister of the older brother. So they should have them still as part of the show, but I can't believe they won't have them at all. I mean, I do understand why Bridgerton was such a, captivating series when it first came out, because it honed in on this most gorgeous Duke that everybody is like,
I keep hearing. That's all I keep hearing.
Everybody is like, what? Looking at the screen, staring like this at him. And you're good looking, everyone looking with googly eyes.
Yes.
But that's what captivated a lot of people. But a lot of people probably don't know that it was a book originally.
Oh,
so now you know it's a book. The second series does not concentrate on the Duke and the Duchess. Sorry to say this, but it's not all about them. It goes into different. So the next part, hopefully they'll have them in. But now you're saying that he's not going to be in it at all. It's kind of, I don't know what to say about that.
That almost broke the internet. So Shonda Rhimes may, weave him in and out a little bit just because.
I hope so. Well, I'd like to know the update, like how the sister Daphne comes back and supports the brother, and then they show their child that was born at the end of the last season and just their lives, right? I'd like to know a little bit. I don't want them to be completely cut out. That's kind of, that's too much.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep you informed as we are informed, because this was like, almost broke the internet.
Yes, and I don't know when season 2 is coming out, but we'll keep an eye out on that and see, because I'm sure with all this like hype and stuff, Shonda is going to have a little bit of, something. She'll change it up a bit. I bet you she will.
Oh, I know she will. So I don't know if you've all heard, there's this ship called the Evergreen, and it was stuck in the Suez Canal. And because it was stuck, all the other ships kept backing up behind it. It got to the point that they were losing over $1 billion a day with produce and products that couldn't get through. In addition, the ship itself had $3.5 billion worth of products and deliveries that were being held up. Now, since we went through COVID last March and stores were running out of things, grocery stores were Shelves were getting empty. We went through, couldn't find toilet paper, couldn't find hand sanitizer, couldn't find masks, couldn't find gloves. And this morning they started talking on the Today Show, and I was laughing so hard. Ketchup in the little packages. Can't find them. Because everybody is doing takeout now. So people going to the store to buy ketchup, you can find that because there's lots of tomatoes. That's not the problem. It's those little packs. So my question to you, Rosetta, because with me, I have to read the pack. And if the first ingredient says high fructose corn syrup, partially dry hydrated oil, I don't do those. What do you think about this little pack? Missing.
Oh, well, I don't eat them. And I know that for a fact that the Heinz little packs do not have good ingredients. And what's really funny is one time I was at this barbecue place, and I'm not sure why my husband grabbed some ketchup, and my son, knowing he knows how to read labels and stuff and read ingredients, he goes, you wouldn't even want to eat this anyway, Mom. And I said, why not? And he knows because of the ingredients. It had corn syrup in it. I think it was either corn syrup or high fructose corn syrup, but he knew either way, I would not want to eat any of it anyway, because it doesn't have good ingredients. When I do ketchup, we buy the organic with less sugar or no sugar.
Yes. I mean, and I understand, when you go out and you buy, even when we go out and we buy food to help keep our restaurants in the local area, I still come home and I make my own salad dressing, or my go-to is fresh lemon. I love fresh lemon over a salad. Sometimes I put a little olive oil, but a lot of the times I just go straight lemon, and I love it. To me, it brightens the flavor of the food.
Oh, nice. My go-to is not honey, it's Dijon mustard, just plain Dijon mustard, mix it with some garlic, olive oil, and balsamic vinegar. And that's what I make as a dressing.
Okay, I'm going to have to try that and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a young girl, her name is Lily Bumpus. She sold, I just can't even think of this, 32,484 boxes of Girl Scout cookies. She's a little girl that she had cancer. She had cancer, and she was going through a recovery process. And so she wanted to sell cookies so that she could make a donation if she won or if she came in high on the list. Because I didn't realize this. When you sell the most cookies, or like say the top 10 or whatever, there's a compensation for that.
Wow.
When her mom went out, I think she expressed how proud she was while her child was battling cancer. She also wanted to help other potential cancer patients and other kids like herself. So needless to say, 32,484 boxes of Girl Scout cookies is phenomenal. In my neighborhood, if a little girl sells 100 boxes, she's doing the happy dance. So I just can't imagine 32,000.
Wow. And I'm sure that she got it because people wanted to support her. That's amazing.
Exactly.
That's great.
Yes. I mean, they're getting a little bit better. However, the ingredients in the Girl Scout cookies are not the best. They have high fructose corn syrup in them. They have partially hydrated oils in them. So, whenever I go, there's maybe like 2 or 3 that doesn't have anything bad in them, because the little girls are so cute. They're standing outside the grocery store and they go, would you like some Girl Scout cookies? I'm like, okay, we have to work on this. And I tell the mom, I said, I can't do partially hydrated. I cannot do, high fructose corn syrup. If we can find something outside of that, because my family is weak to these cookies. So I can't take them home, because I take them home and they're going to eat them. So work with me. And the moms usually will help me find a couple. They're sort of like the tea cakes, because I love tea cakes with tea, of course. So that works out really well.
Yeah, because I remember we did a while ago, one of our chats, we did a review on the ingredients. We looked it up, right, on the web to see what was actually in the products. And I believe that they had like a couple of versions of some of the cookies. So the ingredients may be different, but we did notice that they do have high fructose corn syrup, and they had palm oil.
Yes. So We're very proud of her, and Girl Scout community organization of the world, clean up the cookies. Don't offer the bad ones. If you are making two versions, make that version good and figure out a way how to get out of things that are toxic, that you know causes cancer.
I would love it if the Girl Scout Society could actually come up with healthier ingredients for their Girl Scout cookies. I would love it. Yeah,
exactly. And I know it exists. So we're going to do a quick COVID update. Here in California, our numbers have been getting so good. We hit a high peak right after Christmas, New Year's, where we were at 17.1% positive COVID cases per day in California. Yesterday, the governor announced we're at 1.6%. If we stay on this trend, because most of us are in the orange category, we will be able, and he set a target of June 15th, to open California with no restrictions, as long as you continue, hear me people, continue to wear your mask, social distance, and wash your hands. I think we can do that, to have the freedom to be able to be out and able to socialize, if we just do those three things.
Well, I wonder if that probably doesn't include like those fairs and festivals, right? Because that would be hard to do the social distancing.
Well, I don't know if you know it or not, but earlier this week, there was a professional baseball game in Texas. 40,000 people were in the stadium.
Wow. Wow.
So our communities, see, I think that's why he's saying we have to continue to wear the mask, because everybody is not being responsible at the same level.
But even if you wear the masks in a game, you still have to take it off to eat. And when you're eating, you want to cheer on the teams or whatever, you're going to be screaming.
And that's what they were doing. They actually panned the audience. They showed people screaming. They showed people, you know, like you see three little kids sitting, all three of them have their mask on. And then they pan up and there are adults behind them yelling and screaming. I mean, people need to understand that this is not a physical touch. This is an express of, you know, droplets from your mouth.
Exactly the same thing as when they had the churches and people with choirs were singing in churches.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I know you said that you got your second shot. How are you feeling?
I was trying to be positive because I had heard a lot of people posting on social media that they had some symptoms. So I was like, please, 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 I don't want to get these symptoms. I was positive, upbeat. And they said, some people said, I heard they had chills, fever, they had a mild headache, whatever they got, right? But it lasted 24 hours. So I was saying, I'm going to beat this. I'm not going to get anything. So I had my shot in the morning, 9:10 a.m. I was fine the whole day, nothing until the nighttime, nothing. I felt very cold at nighttime. Okay. And I have an electric blanket. So I was snuggling up in my electric blanket. But the next day I woke up and I was fine. I got up, made breakfast and everything. But after breakfast, I felt a bit tired. So I went back into bed and took a nap for a while. And then later on that day, I started to get this headache. And the headache wouldn't go away. It got worse and worse. So I was like, my goodness, is this what it is? I was kind of nervous. I had this headache and I just didn't feel well. I felt tired with a headache and it lasted probably many hours. So that's all I had. I felt tired with a headache. And then I took a nap around 4 o'clock. I kept napping and waking up. And then at 4 o'clock, I took a nap and I woke up probably about 5 o'clock. And I felt way better. Headache gone. Everything was, I was still feeling a bit tired and sluggish, but didn't have that headache, because when you have a mild headache or any headache, that headache is, I'm sure you've had a headache before, is not nice, right? And it was like a migraine headache, because sometimes migraine headaches, if it lasts a long time, you start to feel vomiting and sick, right? So that's
Right.
how I felt. I felt vomity. And when I got up, I felt like vomiting, but that's what it was. So I got some symptoms, but I didn't get chills or fever or anything. So today I'm fine.
Excellent.
So I think that I got over it. And luckily they do say it's 24 hours. And yesterday was 24 hours. So,
Excellent.
but
Well,
it was
this,
not nice when I was going through it. So just be warned, right, everyone. But I kept positive. That day, I had it on Monday. I didn't feel anything, just sore. The arm was a bit sore. But
right.
I don't have any headache. I don't feel tired. My arm is still sore when I touch it, but that's okay. I can live with that.
Absolutely. Well, this morning on the Today Show, Hoda and Al already had their shots. They got their shots in January, February timeframe. The rest of the staff got their shots, and they all got emotional. Craig was like, I feel like I could cry. He goes, just knowing that there's hope, there's possibilities. And let's see, Savannah was there, and there was a couple more people, but they all got their shots, and everyone felt a level of gratitude for the opportunity to get the shot, and for the grace that they're doing so much better.
Yeah, I believe
So
I felt like, oh wow. I mean, the first shot was great. I'm glad I got the first shot. But you're right. When you get the second shot, it's like, wow, I'm like 2 shots and I'm done. And this is at least you feel 100. Well, I want to say that it's because they tested it 95% effective. You feel some kind of,
right,
in a way, you feel some
right.
kind of relief, right? So that's what I'm kind of
Exactly.
feeling.
That's what they Yeah, and they just got their first shots. And Al said that for him, after he got his second shot, he felt, he goes, I feel better now than I felt in a long time. He goes, I don't know what was in it for me, because they say if you have the symptoms, because when you get the first shot, and I think they all got Pfizer. Yeah, they got the Pfizer shot. When they got the first shot, they said that, it puts the antibodies in you. And so when that second shot comes in, it's like it goes after it and it attacks. And so that's why some people have, mild symptoms, and some have even more symptoms, depending upon how your body is able to assimilate and attack. But all of the commentators this morning were happy, and they were grateful. And I'm grateful that you're okay. And even though your arm's a little sore, you're on the other side. And then just think about it, in, what is it, 15 days, 3 weeks, you can actually go out, and we might be able to be face to face.
Oh, I can't wait.
Soon.
Face to
I
face.
know, I'm so excited.
And we'll be doing Wigging Out. I'm excited.
Yes, we got a date. We're gonna wig out before the end of the year, I tell you. So always we open our show, our talk with Ellen, and we like to close it with Ellen. So this week, Ellen met a young girl. Her name is Mercy Hobb, and she has cancer, and she'd been battling it, and she had to lose all of her hair, but she's just a beautiful girl. Well, the day of her last treatment, she woke up that morning, she wasn't feeling good, she wasn't feeling it, she was just tired. And she said she went outside, and they had decorated her car, and it said last emo, and so she felt better. And so they start driving out of the driveway through the neighborhood on the way to get her treatment, and people are lining the streets applauding her and cheering her on, which I thought was just beautiful. So she told Ellen that really shifted her whole day. She asked her how she was doing. She said she was doing good. So Ellen said she wanted to send her some swag, some Ellen swag. So they brought out a box like the box that Ellen sent her, so that she could, pull up some of the things. You get a hat, you get a t-shirt. And then she goes, oh, by the way, Shutterfly would like to give you $10,000. That young lady was so excited. And I'm so happy that was her last treatment. She looked amazing, minus the hair. her face was radiant, her skin was very beautiful and glowing. So, Mercury, we know you are going to be fine, just fine.
And I did hear that she had, prior to cancer, she'd already been helping the Cancer Society help raise money for someone prior to that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's, I am so inspired by our children. And, I kind of feel sad for all these people who are doing all this negative thing around the United States right now to hold and oppress people of all ethnic backgrounds. We are a melting pot. Our children are not going to put up with this. And you're either going to learn very quickly, you're going to get on board to the future, or they're going to vote your butts out. I can tell you, what is today? Today is April 7th at 1:57 p.m. I speak my truth, because they are tenacious when it comes to what they believe in. And, in an upcoming talk, Rosetta and I will try and see if we can figure out what's going on with, it started out with Georgia and trying to take away rights so that people have a more difficult time voting. And now it's going beyond that to other states. And companies are showing their displeasure in this process by moving big events, the Major League Baseball moved their all-star game out of Georgia. So we're going to do a little bit more research, and we'll give you information just so that you'll be conscious of what's going on.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated on that, because that's important, I think.
Absolutely. So Ellen, new closing is, I feel the love in this room. I send it back out to you. Go out and share it with the world. Rosetta and I are so grateful that you take the time to be with us and to watch our videos. We love it when you comment and share your opinions. We are so grateful for you, and thank you for always coming back and checking us out.
Yes, we do. We thank you so much while we're drinking our teas. Remember,
yes, we are. Yes.
Silicon Valley Girls chat over tea. Yes. So if you make teas, sell teas, or know someone that has a tea shop, we would love to review your teas in an upcoming episode of our chats, because we always like to try new teas, don't we? So thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. We love our chats, and we had a fun-filled chat this week. It was amazing. It was amazing. If you loved our chats, please like it by hitting the thumbs up. Subscribe to it. We'd love it if you subscribe to our channel. And if you don't want to miss any of our chats, hit the bell notification. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, everyone. And remember to always keep smiling. Bye-bye now. Till next time. Toodles.